Hey guys, it's Arian from Obscure Bazaar with another free bit of magic for you. So I wanted to talk about black salt today. It's in the store. I get a lot of questions about it. It's really easy to make. It's a bit messy though, so that's why I make it and sell it here, so you don't have to get the mess all over your house. That's what I do for you. So black salt is also known as witch's salt, hoodoo salt, protection salt, hexing salt, jinxing salt, stuff like that. Really, all it is salt and charcoal or ash. So any kind of salt. You don't need fancy salt, but you can use it if you have it. Dead Sea salt, Himalayan salt, whatever. I use mostly table salt unless I'm really intentioning something specific. And then I will use charcoal, like Three Kings charcoal. I'll just take a little puck of it and crush it up, or more than a little puck. I generally do 50-50. I start with the salt, and then I keep adding until I like the color that it is, nice and dark. You can also use, though, you can use wood ash. You can use ash from incense that you've used and you've burned at a ceremony or ritual or something you've been doing, or just in your house. You can use ashes from saging, from all of these things. Anywhere you can get ash from, that works as well. You can also add things like black peppers. You can add, if you like it really super duper dark, you can add a few drops of black food coloring. Yeah, that sort of stuff. But the color is not really the issue. The intention is the issue. So I'll use maybe, well, here, I'll show you. This is one of my big jars of black salt. So this is what my black salt looks like, right? So, okay. So, let me give you a close-up of the one in the bottle. So that's what it looks like. It's not super black, but it works. The color's, not really the key thing, but when I make it, I start off with probably a reasonable amount. I start off with a cup of salt in a bowl, and then I'm going to start grinding with my mortar and pestle or my coffee grinder. Wreck my coffee grinder, my spice grinder. I'll put some charcoal in there, whatever I need to, however you want to do it to mix it up. If you can do it by hand, great. When you are grinding in your mortar and pestle, or if you use a spice grinder and you pour it into the bowl, the next thing you want to do is you want to start stirring it. I always put a candle in front of it, and then I start talking to it. I'm intentioning for protection, to reverse negative energy, to get rid of toxic people, to protect my life, my family, anywhere that I deploy it, to keep people away from my house, from my business that don't have good intentions. And I'm going to be stirring and talking to the ingredients. Sorry, you can't see me, but I'm literally doing this down the bottom of the video. Stirring and talking my intentions to it. And then I let it rest. And sometimes I'll give it smoke. On occasion, I'll spray a little tiny bit of rum over top of it and really fine mist just to kind of give it a little bit of extra boost. That's something that I do personally. You don't need to do that. It's just something that I do. And then I leave it sitting with a candle in front of it to give it energy. You can pray, you can read Psalm, like Psalm 91 or Psalm 23, anything protective. You can sing to it if you've got a song of protection that you think is going to help to energize it. Do that too. So what black salt does, now that you've got it made, it creates a protective boundary and spiritual barrier against ill intentions that negative energies cannot cross. The salt and the charcoal and the ash are absorbing and neutralizing of negative energies, right? So the key to this is, though, when you do deploy it and then you've finished with it, we'll talk about the ways you can do that as well. But when you're finished with it, because it holds that negative energy, you don't want to get rid of it in your garbage or your green bin or on your property somewhere. You want to take it elsewhere, crossroads, gate of the cemetery, river, anywhere where it can be disposed of and not be bad for the environment. But you don't want to throw it out in your house, right? Because it's holding on to those negative energies. So, okay. So how can you use black salt? So the first thing anybody ever learns about black salt really is you sprinkle it across the threshold of your house, of your doors, front and back, side door, whatever doors where people will come in and enter. Primarily it's the front door, to stop negative energies and negative intentions from coming into your house. You can also sprinkle it across your windowsills. You can sprinkle it around the perimeter of your yard and ward your whole yard. Or if you have people that are bothering you and hang out in front of your house, sprinkle it around the front part of your house, right? So it's to keep that negative energy away, right? You can use them in sachets. So if you have an apartment or you have somewhere that you're living with roommates and they're going to be like, what's this, all this stuff on the floor? You can put a little sachet of it behind pin it on the back of your door. You can anoint candles with it, put a little bit of olive oil, or if you want to bump it up a little bit, you can use like return to sender oil. You can use a hot foot oil, anti-jinx oil, you can't oil, things like that. And you can anoint a candle and then sprinkle the black salt on the candle and then burn the candle to get people with bad intentions away from you. Or to reverse negative intentions back. I posted something about a reversal candle, so you could then anoint that with oils and then the black salt, or you could just light the candle in a pile of black salt, use that as the holder of it. You can carry a bag of black salt with a little bit of cinnamon in it if you're worried about meeting new people or going places where people are going to be maybe hard on your heart. Cinnamon powder, cinnamon oil, cinnamon sticks, and black salt will help to protect you with people who have bad intentions against your heart, right? Who are going to be mean to you. Especially if you're dating or you're like, I don't know, just trying to meet people and stuff. You just want to know when people have ill intentions or they have intentions that are not aligned with yours, right? So if you have a toxic person specifically in your life, you can get a picture of them and put some black salt on the top of the picture and then roll the picture up and tie it. I would use probably black thread or something. And then I would bury it somewhere, not on my property, maybe at the cemetery. Now, you're not going to kill them. You're just going to transition them to some other place so they're not bugging you. Or in a field somewhere or in the forest somewhere, and just bury it to get rid of that toxic person out of your life. You can use black salt to create sacred spaces inside and outside of your house so that you can do ritual, so that you can do your magic in a safe way so nothing's going to bother you, no negative energies while you're doing your stuff. Again, if you do want really dark color black salt and you're using food coloring, don't use this in your house because it might stain your carpet or your floors or something, so just be careful where you use it. You can add black salt to spiritual baths, bath bombs, soaps, anything you're kind of making for that sort of stuff to help cleanse you. So I should have said at the beginning too, black salt can just be used all on its own as the salt and the ash and the charcoal, or you can combine it with other ingredients. Like I said, the cinnamon oil, spiritual baths. You can add black salt and vervain and rue and like all of those sort of anti-hexing stuff in a bath just to refresh yourself and release yourself from the energies of other people they're sending to you. Black salt in a bath is also really good, or if you carry a little bit on your person for when you're in situations where people are trying to attack you mentally, where people are saying really harsh words, so toxic environments. You can sprinkle some in your car just to make things safe. You can sprinkle some around a toxic coworker's desk or their chair, or around like behind the back of their desk where they can't see it, to get rid of that toxic person from bothering you, right? So, okay. I think that's about everything I had to share. Yeah, anyways, I don't know. Tell me how you use black salt. I'm sure I've forgotten some stuff. I don't know everything. So tell me how you use black salt, what you like to mix with it. And yeah. Have a great day. Thanks so much for listening.